All right, here with Caleb Griffith, winner tonight with the AFCS Sprints at Attica. Caleb, we just talked about it. It's been a minute. It's been since 2019 since you found yourself on the horse track, man. Just what are you feeling right now?
I can't even describe it. I wish my wife and my little guy were here, but it's been so long since this has happened, you know. And we had a few chances. Had a couple slip away at Fremont a couple years ago, and all in 20 we ran so bad. I mean, I just took me a long time to adjust to these tires. And last year we had one at the end of the year. I let it pass for the lead about halfway and led till about 2 to go, and picked the wrong lane behind a lapper. Ironically, the guy who was working on my stuff tonight was turning wrenches on the lapper that night. So I'll get into business about that here in a minute. But yeah, it all turned out. Got a little hairy there a couple times in lap traffic, and for a guy who loves to pound the cushion, I was sort of leery of the cushion on exit of the 3-4 end, and in the middle of the race I had kind of just eased down off of it and was just kind of blazing, you know, working some wing back, and I'm going to say probably 12 laps or so to go, a little ways past halfway. I saw Cole, I saw the 18 roll in under us into turn 1, or what I thought was him. It's hard to see in the shadows, and I thought, well, better get back there, you know. Don't want to be the guy that didn't run the cushion and gave one away. So put a few more good laps together and cashed a check.
And say, you mentioned the lap traffic. I mean, you were in lap traffic there early on in the race, and then you were in it the rest of the race. You know, what goes through your mind as you're working through guys that are going side by side, knowing that you have, you know, guys like Cole and Byron and DJ and Craig behind you?
A lot of times, you know, and it's been a while since I've led a race to even have the opportunity to lose one, but when you're in lap traffic like that, you know, sometimes they're markedly slower than you. Sometimes the closing speed is real slow. Sometimes they're not that much slower than you. So you can't get in a hurry. You try to pull a slider or drop down underneath somebody, and you're too far back, and all you end up doing is losing track position and momentum. So I was trying to make sure I rolled right up on everybody before I tried to pull the trigger on something. And you know, the way TJ was running, he had no idea I was behind him. He couldn't see me. And a couple times I got a big run off of turn 4, but he got a run up off the bottom, and he's using the whole straightaway to open up his entry angle to turn 1. So I kind of have to flip the throttle or get on the brake pedal a little bit, unsettle it. And one lap I got in a little funky behind him, and I thought somebody's gonna make me pay for that, but it all worked out.
And there must be a weight that's kind of off of your shoulders now.
Dude,
you know,
so you do this for a while, and you know, I mean, before I got together with Jeff, you know, I had some measure of success. You know, I don't want to say I made it to the pinnacle or anything like that, but you know, you win some races, you run well against the big show from time to time. You kind of start to expect that, you know. And then it was like I was talking to my old mechanic Vic here a couple weeks ago, and I told him, you know, with lesser equipment, I could almost not try as hard and run better. And you just get to a point where you're just like, just mentally exhausted. And it's like, you know, you've given all you have to give, and you're a 7th place car. And I think a lot of it here is you have to put the whole night together. You've got to put yourself in a position to have a redraw starting spot, to be up front, to make it work. And, you know, the bad thing about Attica anymore is, other than Trey Jacobs, nobody wins from deeper than the 3rd row. And, you know, it's just difficult to pass here, especially late in the night. But, you know, starting on the front row, you just can't squander opportunities, so had to make it work.